What's good, guys? It's your man Gip, and I'm back with another video, man. Just want to drop a little knowledge on you guys real quick, man. On my last vlog, I was in the comment section, man. Got some real interesting comments, but it was one that stuck out to me, and it was looked like from a new subscriber or supporter or whatever the case may be, man. But the guy, basically what he said was, why don't you give us the game on the leg work as far as, acquiring those contracts with direct shippers. I just most recently stumbled across a contract for myself where it pretty much eliminates me having to deal with that spot market and chasing after loads on those load boards. Like I've been telling you guys, Amazon, JB Hunt, Schneider, Convoy, CH Robinson, all of them, man. They're giving you pennies on the dollar per mile for these loads that's out there right now, man. It's just a shipping situation. It's just like a supply and demand type thing, man. There's not a lot of demand for a lot of the items that's out there being sold, and these warehouses is just stocked with a lot of inventory, man. So that's what's really driving the prices down. And to a further extent, outside of that, normally those mega carriers like that, when you go to their load boards, everything that you see there is pretty much just loads that they can't cover, man. I'm gonna give you guys in this video a few steps that I use to try to be successful in this tough market that we dealing with right now. But if you're new here, man, do your boy a favor, man. Go ahead and subscribe right now. Hit the notification bell for any future videos that you might be interested in that you see pop up, man, and your notifications from your boy, man. Show me some thumbs up love, guys. Different steps that I use, man. First and foremost, man, you want to build a strong, reliable reputation, man, with shippers, with smaller carriers. We're going to exclude all the mega carriers because it's definitely not going to happen through them. But speaking for myself, like for instance, the way I went about getting the contract that I most recently got, man, is because I built a real strong relationship with a smaller carrier. Probably had about maybe 6 or 7 trucks in their fleet, and I got real cool with the owners, man. I used to do a lot of favors for them, man. I was the trucker that would get up at 1 in the morning and go do their loads for them. I was the trucker that would go work on the weekend. I was the trucker who would go pick up and recover empty trailers of theirs when drivers, that they had actually hired to them was not willing to do, man. And I remember he told me that one time, like, man, you're a real go-getter, man. We like how when we call you, you're always there for us. And fast forward to the future, man, which is, today, I've been building this relationship with these guys for about 3 years, man. We got a strong relationship. And basically how I got the contract that I most recently did, it wasn't even no major legwork that I did, man. It was a contract that they actually had that they basically couldn't cover anymore, because that's what it's all about, is covering the loads. Sometimes you can go out there chasing after these direct shippers, and if you can't cover all the loads that they want you to do for them, man, that's a quick way to lose a contract as well. You want to be courteous to their customers. A lot of times, you work with these shippers, man, and you go deliver their freight to their customers, and when you get to where you're going, you might be dealing with some buttholes. I found myself having to bite my tongue a lot because they're not going to do nothing but get on the phone and call the shipper and complain about you. You know what I mean? That's a good way to get kicked off of any contracts that you're looking for. Networking, man. You definitely want to be networking, like I say, with smaller carriers. When you're in the truck stops, get out and talk to some of the other truckers, man. Everybody is not, I know, too approachable. But you definitely want to build up your network of truck drivers, your marketing and promotion, man. I mean, sometimes you could just even go to being old school, to just typing up and doing like mass mailers to different shippers, man. You kind of like want to locate and contact like the shipping managers in these offices. Once you get a hold of who's the shipping manager or who's head of the logistics in that company, man, you want to try to get them on the phone or at least talk to them and let them know what services you provide, what kind of trailers that you have, whether it be flatbed, reefer, or if you're trying to, just do drive-in, just give them a schedule of your trucks and the equipment that you have, man. And try to be competitive with your pricing. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can go in here and overbid yourself or underbid, man. So you kind of want to keep it like what market value is at that time. They got the load boards, like the DAT load board would pretty much give you like the top rate of different lanes. If you're doing OTR, a lot of times when you're just trying to get with a shipper to do local stuff, local contracts like I got, man, it's either you're gonna try to, give them a good rate per hour. You definitely don't want to do it by the load per hour or just a good daily rate. You gotta be flexible, guys. When you're working with these people, man, sometimes the hours is just crazy. If you're in trucking, man, like I was saying, I would get up at times 1 in the morning on Saturdays and Friday nights, go in at 12 p.m., man, to pick up loads. So you never know when you're gonna be needed to get that freight delivered. And you gotta be willing to sleep in the truck and sleep in the truck stops and grind hard, man. That's what it takes, man. Just being flexible with your time and ready to go at a moment's notice when they call, and just be ready to get on the move, man. Because like I say, that's the main thing. You gotta remember, man, it's about covering the loads, man. If the loads get covered and you there on time, everybody's happy, man. You happy, first and foremost, because you completed the load to get your money. The shipper is happy because his freight got there, he's getting paid. The customer is happy because the freight made it to their facility, they're getting paid. Man, so that's the main thing, is covering the loads, you know what I mean? Being flexible with your time, networking, doing your research. You don't want to go after too big of a shipper, you know what I mean? Sometimes, you know how it is when you're driving truck, sometimes you might get a load and you might go to a small warehouse and you can tell it's just a small operation. Probably not a lot of loads leaving out every day, but you can get you 1 or 2 customers where possibly they shipping something local maybe 2 or 3 times a week, and that's a good way to start, man. So if you got like 2 or 3 customers that's moving stuff locally 2 to 3 times a week, you yourself with your 1 truck, or you might have a partner who got 1 and you bring him in with you, and you guys just help cover those 2 or 3 customers. Also, guys, you definitely want to make sure you stay up to code with all the city and state and government regulations, man. Your insurance has to be right, man. A lot of these people sometimes, as soon as you give them your DOT number or your MC number for your city and state, or whatever numbers is required for wherever you live, but most importantly, any trucking company, every carrier is going to have a DOT number. So that's definitely the most important thing that they're going to ask you for. And normally they just go do a check on your company, see what your grade score is like, make sure your company hasn't had any accidents, no lawsuits are on you. They're gonna go do a background search on that. Your insurance has to be in place. They're gonna make sure that you go register and put them down as certificate holders with the RMIS registry. And RMIS is basically like a networking headquarters where all the mega carriers and brokers and smaller carriers, in layman's terms, it's a place where a company can go check to make sure that your insurance is in place and you meet all the required coverages, man, to haul freight for them. Because sometimes you might be hauling loads worth $100,000, $200,000 back there, and anything goes wrong, they want to make sure that your insurance can cover it. So this is just a few things, man, that I try to practice, and when I'm approaching these people, or when you're trying to lock in stuff like that, man. But you just got to remember, man, main thing is be competitive with your pricing. Make sure you can cover the loads when they call you. Be courteous and nice to the customers and the shippers, even if they are buttholes, man, because most of the time you just the carrier, you just moving the freight for them. So you know what I mean? Sometimes you get to these warehouses and the loading guys on the forklifts might be buttholes, man. But you know what? They work for that shipper. They actually work for the company. You're just coming here to pick up some pallets of freight to get it up out of there and take it somewhere. But sometimes the guys loading you might be buttholes, and you be out there in your door or standing at the back of your trailer getting loaded and you're going back and forth, man. That can screw you up, man. So just keep your head down, grind, get your money, man. Stay courteous, be punctual, be presentable, man. Be well spoken when you call these people up and you're trying to get these contracts to them, man. You got to know the lingo. You got to sound like you know what's going on in the logistics field when you do get them on the phone. And you just get straight to the point, man. You let them know, with trucking industry, rates, the way they are right now, that's why you're reaching out to them, to help possibly give them better competitive prices, man, than what they're already experiencing from other carriers. And you guys can come to some type of terms or contract or agreement. That's how it goes, man. It's funny, man, because when I actually worked for this people last week, a couple days, and I guess the smaller carrier, the guys who turned the contract over to me, they reached out to the shipper and actually asked him, like, you know, hey, how's he doing over there with you guys, man? The lady made it a point to come out of her office and tell me this. She's like, hey, man, I just want to let you know that the guys that you're working with called and asked how you was doing over here. And we told her that you're doing excellent and that he's actually exceeding our expectations, man. So that's what you want, man. When you're trying to build relationships with people, man, go in there with the mindset of that I'm about to go in here and exceed their expectations of me, man. Talk your company into something that's going to be beneficial for you and your family. Know how to negotiate the contracts, man. Have all your paperwork in place. You want to be like real active with communicating with the shippers. Like every time these people give me a load, man, I always let them know, hey, I'm leaving your facility with the load. When I get to where I'm going, I do text message, man. You know what I mean? I arrived here at the facility. I'm in the door. I'm unloading now. I'm finished loading. My BOL is signed and I'm on my way back to your facility. Because you got to understand, once you've been released with that freight, you are their eyes and ears while you have that freight in your possession, man. I mean, that's just like you handing over $100,000 worth of goods to somebody and they texting you every 5 minutes or 10 minutes, you know, hey, I'm here at the shipper. I'm here. They unloaded. I'm on my way back to you, man. You'll feel more at ease. Like, man, this guy's on point. He's letting me know what's going on. Or you just leave them hanging and you gone for 3, 4 hours, 5 hours with a load, and you just start dealing with these people when they don't know what's going on with you or their freight, man. You know what I mean? Like, it just makes me think like a couple loads. They sent me over to a Neiman Marcus warehouse to pick up some freight. And we all know Neiman Marcus is a high-end retail store, man. So I went over there with a container to get this Neiman Marcus load. And I heard the guys in the container back there with drills. Zoo, zoo, zoo. And I'm like, damn, what the hell they drilling back there? So I didn't pay it no mind. I didn't know what's going on. Maybe they fixing a pallet or whatever it is they doing. But when I got out my truck and went to the back of the container to close up the door so we can put the seal on, I look in the back, man, and they got like a whole sheet of plywood where they done blocked off the load completely, man, to where they want to make sure nobody would go on that load and tamper with it. Now, mind you, where I was taking it back to their facility was less than maybe 3 miles away. You know what I mean? I definitely wasn't finna go climb or try to peep over there and see what's in there, man. It could have been a load of some high-end clothing or whatever it is, man. You don't want to steal. You want to stay on top of your game. Be on time. You know what I mean? I always make it a point to where I'm always there 30 minutes before my start time. You know what I mean? I'd rather be there 30 minutes before my start time than 30 minutes after my start time, blaming it on traffic or some cap or anything like that, man. When they open up and they need that truck to move and they ready to give you those BOLs, you need to be there to receive them, man. And also remember, when you do lock these people in and you got them liking you, and they're saying stuff like they said about me, man, you know, I'm exceeding your expectations. You want to keep it that way, man. Continue to keep it that way, man. Finish it how you started. Keep your level of service the same. Man, treat every day like it's your first day. Treat it like it's your first day. When it's your first day driving a truck and you got that job as a company driver or owner operator and you did your first load, man, you was up early, man. You was dressed, you was pumped up, a little bit nervous, and just excited about going to be doing something positive to help build your company up, man. Use your thoughts wisely when you get these people on the phone. Know what you're gonna say when they get on the phone. Know the lingo, know what you're talking about. Have all your stuff in place, man, and go for it, man. Treat every day like it's your first day, man. Get the shipping managers on the phone. Get the logistics coordinator on the phone, and that's who you want to talk to. You don't want to talk to no receptionist. You don't want to talk to the warehouse workers. You need to get to the logistics coordinator or the shipping manager, and you go from there, man. When you get access to them, man, have your spill together, man, and shoot your shot, man. Until I see y'all on the next video, man, I'm out, man. Be sure to subscribe, like, and comment, guys. I appreciate y'all for watching, man. Go for it, man. Truck life.